So tonight I'm at the last booking we've got before the Christmas break, and then we've got another booking like 2 days after or whatever, which is a scout session in a lovely big hall. Great place to fly a bird actually, if the weather's bad outside. Can get up, bit of height, bit of fitness training for it. And we've also got a few reptiles they're handling as well, a couple of snakes and a tortoise. Good evening, my name is Ryan. I am the head falconer of Owl Adventures, that's the name. Mostly owls, we've got some other animals as well, as you may have guessed. Now, the eyes on an owl don't move inside the sockets. In fact, owls don't actually have eyeballs. And now you're thinking, what's it about? Well, they don't have eyeballs, they have eye oblongs. The shape of them is totally different. This owl can look at any of you and will be able to hear your hearts beating. That's how good their hearing is. It's impressive, isn't it? And they use that skill to hunt rodents in the wild, essentially. This is how they do it. Back this way. So essentially they can hunt in the dark using only their hearing. Now the thing about being an owl is even though you're a predator, you're also quite likely to be prey as well, especially if you're a smaller bird like this. So he's vulnerable to being attacked by a larger bird of prey, maybe even another owl, because sometimes owls eat other owls in the wild. Okay, what we'll do then, if you'd like to hold the owl, stand up, we'll get you in a bit of a queue. So an owl like this would hunt insects, small rodents and birds mainly. So we're going to finish then with this one. This is a hawk. His name is Maverick, and he's a Harris hawk. He is about 3.5 years old, and I last flew him yesterday outside, and he did a good bit of flying, very keen actually. That's why he caught me on my thumb at one point as well. There was an amateur mistake I made there though. I had a bit of food in this hand, came too near his jesses, and he saw it and tried to steal it out of my hand. They're Muse jesses that I've removed. These are the flying jesses here. It just allows me to grip onto him like that, but when I'm ready to set him off, do that and hopefully he'll go up. There we go. So it's the day after that event. I'm currently in my conservatory, which doubles up as a workshop. If I had a workshop outside, that would just take room away from where we could have an aviary. In fact, we've got some space to build more aviaries. Little project for next year. So I've got my freezer over here and the shelf over here with my food bag. We've got some dry astroturfs, and I'm just having a bit of a tidy up really. I've got some books here that I've read over the last couple of years. Owl Sense by Miriam Darlington. We've got Falconry Art and Practice by Emma Ford. And this one, Eric Hodgkin's Bird of Prey of the World. Someone gave me that about 8 years ago on display, and I've been looking through that recently. It's got some really interesting facts in there. Got some other books elsewhere, but what we do, we want to really keep a bit of a library around for the other team members to read, because it keeps them learning all the time. Any extra resources they've got, really important, of course. Now, if you haven't already seen it, please do go and watch the video I put up this week entitled "I Made a Ridiculous Mistake with My Harris Hawk." Unbelievable. Let's just say one of my hawks, Roland, got some extra free time in the woods. And if you want to know more, go and check it out. I don't know if you can tell, but it's been raining quite a bit today. Not a great day for flying birds, so they've had a bit of a rest day. I've actually already fed them. Oh yeah, we did some Christmas shopping, bit of wrapping to do still. So if I take you out here, we'll have a quick look at some of the birds and show you the bit of a mess that I've got going on. So in here we've got the tawny owl. Can we see? Hold on, where are you? There you are, in that corner. And I'm going to put some more perches in there, but at the minute, Bernie, the 20-year-old tawny owl, doing really well. That one came from Loch Lomond Bird of Prey Centre, and we kind of did a favour. We actually took a young spectacled owl to them from the International Bird of Prey Centre as a bit of a favour, so we had it overnight. And they're a South American bird, lovely looking creature. So I'm now in this safety corridor for the smaller owls. We've got our African spotted eagle owl there, we've got Juno the barn owl there, and if I walk right down here, I'll show you down here. Oh yeah, here we go. White-faced owl and Indian Scops owl. Yes, I've got them together, housed together. I'm breaking all the rules there. It's not what you normally do, housing two birds together like that, two different species, because they might eat each other or fight or not get on or whatever. But I know what I'm doing, and I was careful, and they've been together now for about 6-7 months or so, and they're very similar, both in species and in personality. I've also got these two in the background, Henrietta and Eva, European eagle owl and Canadian great horned owl in the same aviary, and I've even flown them in shows together as well. So it's a bit of a space saver. They've got some company. They seem to really enjoy each other's company, actually. I've already fed them, but they're complaining they want more food. Got to keep them at flying weight. I've got a flying show on Boxing Day. Right, I'm just going to pop you back on the tripod there. So the aim of this channel is really to build up an audience of people who are very much like people I've had on display on a regular basis. So what I mean by that is I'm working with my birds of prey on display, like in York in the museum gardens there, or at one of the events, and someone will come up and they'll ask something like, oh, where do you get the birds from, or how do you train them to fly free, or whatever it might be. So I answer that question and they get intrigued and they ask more questions, and I'm talking, and before you know it, they've been stood there for half an hour, 40 minutes, captivated, because I've kind of opened the book on falconry. And I think people find falconry and how we train birds and fly them and that type of thing more interesting than the facts about the birds in the wild. And let me know if I'm wrong, if you disagree. Comment below, say, well, actually I quite like learning about the amazing senses, the way they hunt and survive and so on. Maybe you enjoy both. But it's that kind of person who comes along and finds it fascinating. That's the sort of audience that I'm looking for. I'm not trying to build up a 3 million subscriber sort of channel. All I'm asking for is just, I don't know, 10, 15,000 people eventually, if we can get there, of people who just really enjoy this content. Bit of a family. I'm trying to reply back to everybody who comments on the videos, and I'm working as hard as I can, fitting in the time where I can to put out content for you, 3 or 4 videos a week, and shorts as well, YouTube shorts, to boost the audience numbers. And it'd be really useful if you could tell me exactly what you'd like me to do next. Any video ideas? Should I do, a podcast format video? Should I do a live video where you can tune in and ask me questions live and I can answer them? Would you prefer the full edited vlogs, or do you quite like it to just sit with a bird in the hand and talk for a few minutes and tell you a story? Just let me know what you like, because that will help me produce more content. Right, better get on with some work. Thanks for watching.